Escalation, gang. Your boy Stu from Dr. Doom's Fan Club here, back with another new installment of Fresh Ink, where we take a look at my favorite new comic book releases and why I love them so much. Today we're looking at one of my favorite series from 2025 and 2026, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring, issue number 5. On a previous episode of Fresh Ink, we took a look at issue 3 and saw the horrific truth about what really happened to Sam's parents, and we saw Monica following that trail of breadcrumbs that Sam was laying for her, trying to get her to go into that house and get that map that Simon had stashed away, so she could find out the truth about what happened to her brother, Danny. That video was my most watched of 2025, and it was really incredible to see how engaged people were with these characters and the story that was going on. And people feel very passionately about the story one way or the other, and that was so cool to see. And so, kicking off 2026, and being that we have a month until our finale, I wanted to keep the conversation going and talk about issue number 5 and catch up before we get to the end of this amazing series. So I want to dive into this penultimate issue, issue 5, and talk about what makes it so great. So join me. Now, I didn't mention this last time, but how great has this interconnected group of web links, introductory title pages been in each issue? This dial-up design is giving me all those wondrous AOL vibes, and I love how the early crackling modem days are part of the story in the sense that they initially connect Sam and Monica. We started off on a relatively slow note, spending time with Chip and Lewis as they discuss the plans for the new highway and how it's going to affect Woodbrook. But this opening couple pages is also laying the groundwork for this issue's awesome pacing and the wild unraveling events that is going to soon follow, as our time here first with Lewis and shortly after with his mother Pauline will soon prove integral to the day's events. Meanwhile, Sam and Monica are on the hunt for Danny's remains, armed with Simon's map that Sam had Monica fetch from that house in the previous issue, issue number 4. Matter of fact, by the end of this issue, Monica herself essentially has 2 murders to her name. But we'll get to that soon enough. I'm just saying. Sam is able to get off-road as they're heading up into the woods and get close enough that they can walk to these sites that are marked on the map. However, there is contractors in the area doing work, so they have to keep an eye out for them. Once they are out of the car, Sam leads Monica right along, right? Guiding her hand, putting her in the mindset of Nigel. Soon, she's got her looking for a wide, flat open space where you can see a ton of paint cans being buried. With Sam's gentle nudge in the right direction, it takes Monica no time at all to get a hit on the metal detector. It's all almost too easy, right? Sam drops the shovel into the dirt, and she hits jackpot immediately. And as Monica pulls this paint can from the ground, we get one of the best pages of the issue right here. I love Horvath's writing here with Sam's narration walking us through this incredibly heavy moment that we can barely breathe inside of. Quote, in that moment, you could feel the world shift like a glacier melting, collapsing into the sea. Monica tells Sam that she needs a screwdriver after she's got the paint can out of the ground. Coming up, says Sam. Of course she's ready, right? And then we get this panel of Danny, like a fond remembrance, looking normal, not chopped up or anything. Maybe it's Monica remembering him. Maybe it's Sam remembering him. But I love this inclusion by Horvath. Monica pops the top on this can, and with tears streaming down her face, she says, "There you are, Danny. What the fuck are you doing out here?" Finally, after 8 years of this woman visiting literally hundreds of police departments, time and time and time again, and being brought in to ID how many countless John Does, Monica has finally found her brother. Just adore this page and this scene. The tension, that memory of Danny, and then finally that moment of finding him. Meanwhile, back in town, Pauline's fumbling with the keys. She's taking off for work, trying to haul ass and avoid getting fired. Poor Lewis had to wake her up and get her out of bed in the first place. She's out of it, all over the place, running stop signs already. We're going to see her again soon. Back in the forest, Sam and Monica have dug up nearly all the paint cans at this point containing Danny, and they're loading them all up into Sam's truck. As Monica takes a cigarette break at the truck after taking back some cans, she sees the map, and she notices the blacked out corner where Sam used the pencil to cover up Simon's note of saying Samantha's buried treasure from August 85 to September 86. Using the old etch a gravestone technique, Mana is able to decipher what Sam was trying to keep in the dark, and we watch her eyes go wide in shock with the truth. We knew Monica was going to get a hip eventually, and I'm glad to see that it's in time to at least make the first move on Sam, not get mollywopped or ambushed or, attacked from behind or something like that. As Monica's making this crucial discovery, Sam runs into the contractor that they were trying to avoid earlier when they were initially driving up. He's sketched out, seeing all these paint cans being dug up everywhere, and he tells Sam he's going to have to report it. Sam tries to keep it contained with the old, "I'd appreciate if we could keep this between us." I love this. A friggin' brilliant callback to that scene in issue 1 of volume 1, after Sam has committed that murder, which she runs into a real life bear. Verbatim, the same thing she said then, she says now upon being discovered. I just love that. Chef's kiss right there from Horvath. Beautiful little Easter egg. Now, here's where things really ramp up. We see Monica has stolen this contractor's truck with all the paint cans in it, and on the way out of the woods, she stops to give Sam a piece of her mind. She lets her know, "Bitch, I know the truth. You're going down. All these bodies you got out here, it's over for you, right?" Sam's reaction as Monica's losing her shit here caught me off guard, though. From this moment to the end of the issue, not once does Sam look panicked or like she's out of sorts or like she's losing control. Not once does she secrete a single scent of panic, or fear, or any of that. And I love how it all feels somehow premeditated, even the chaos of it. When she says, quote, "It was like watching a flower blossom," as Monica is going off. As the contractor is trying to stop Monica in the truck, Sam slips back into killer mode effortlessly and lumps him upside the head with a paint can. Now he's, concussed, he's bloody, he stumbles into Monica's path as she's driving away in the truck, and she ain't having it. She is not stopping now. She's got her proof, she's got her brother, she's got the truth. She runs, dude, slam over, and Sam's narration returns. Now she's feeling connection to Monica, saying, quote, "I was honestly hoping the body would slow her down, or at least make her veer off into a tree, but there was a part of me that was impressed that she didn't even take her foot off the gas." This next line is brutal in its honesty, saying, quote, "And it felt like the closest I'd ever come to actually connecting with anyone." Nothing like murder to spark a connection, am I right? So Monica takes off, Sam's in pursuit. We see Pauline falling asleep at the wheel here. I love how Horvath depicts this car chase between Monica and Sam. It's intense and really well done. He frames all the right moments to make it impactful and give you that spatial sense of what's actually happening going on. So you can keep track of where we are on the road and, what's happening, which is essentially what he's been setting up since the beginning of the issue. Pauline is completely out of it, dozing off at the wheel. All of this really is a byproduct of her husband Charlie's murder at the hands of Simon in the first volume, right? So just as Sam's closing in on Monica at the stoplight, boom, Pauline smacks into her, allows Monica to escape, and alas, our big gotcha moment seems even further delayed. Pauline gets hauled off in the ambulance. We find out from Sam that that's the last time she ever sees her, and Sam knows she's a little banged up. She even gets a ride home from one of the sheriffs. So the other shoe hasn't dropped yet, right? The truth isn't out there, at least we don't think it is, but it is coming. And at home, Sam is going through the motions. She's kind of waiting for it all to happen. Everything is changing. The town is getting so loud. I love this vision of her dead parents with her at the table in the morning, saying, and she says, quote, "It was hard to hear yourself think." It's crazy. Even after everything that has slipped out of control, her secret has escaped with Monica, Sam is still kind of embracing the end here. There's this almost feeling of relief in it. It's wild. So that next morning, she heads into work, and just as she's entering the shop, the sheriff, his deputies, and Monica all come in behind her, and sheriff's there to place her under arrest for the murder of Danny and all the others that are out there in Paint Can Park, right? The sheriff is over playing nice at this point. He cuts Sam short as she's trying to kind of talk her way out of it initially. Monica really doubles down on that and tells Sam that there is no way out of this, that it is all over. They're going to discover the rest of those paint cans. Sam continues to stall for a little bit of time and to allow herself to have the chance to get to that switch under the front register. Immediately, we're intrigued and horrified. Oh, fuck, man. What's this switch to? Wait a minute. Is Sam really is she ready for all this with some ridiculous trap? The answer is yes. As Sam stalls for time, moving towards that switch, Monica threatens to come back there and pull her from behind the register herself if she has to. As she's doing so, Officer Gibbs pulls out his weapon on Sam. He's panicking, telling her to raise her hands where they can see him. As at this point, our poor sheriff, trying to be nice, makes a fatal error. He tries to calm down Gibbs. He tries to calm down Monica, saying, hey, Monica, listen, you already got about 2 bodies to your name, all right? Why don't you just pump the brakes for a second? But as he's trying to defuse that situation, it only gives Sam the distraction and the time she needs to arm herself. Immediately, she plugs him. She shoots him square in the forehead. Man, just look at this poor bastard's helpless, confused last expression as he falls dead to the ground. Oh, no. Everything in shock. Monica kind of curling away from the gunshot. Now, we should be used to these little cuddlies doing horrifically violent and cold-blooded things to each other at this point, right? This is our 13th issue in a Beneath the Trees set comic. But here again, I am still floored and shocked by the shattering of innocence here that occurs with the sheriff and his fellow deputies. All of them are shocked as I am as a reader. I'm right there with them, unable to move or speak for a split second. I'm with them as, you know, one of them can barely just get out of, whoa, what have you done? Before we find out what that fucking switch was for. Sam flips it, and then another from each side of the ceiling drop 3 shotguns, creating this killing field inside the shop. Right as, you know, one of them looks up, shotguns? All 6 shotties go off, spraying the deputies to hell. They're blown to bits. Holy shit. Not only that, but Chip is outside walking with Lewis. Poor Chip catches a stray through the neck. Lewis, as if it wasn't bad enough for this kid, right? Has to watch like another one of his friends die right in front of him. Monica tries to attack Sam with a shovel, but instead her head gets rammed into the wall. She gets knocked unconscious. Sam throws her over her shoulder and heads out the back of the shop, hitting another switch on her way, which torches everything on side, lighting it all on fire, covering some of her tracks, further obscuring the truth of what happens inside. And Sam's narration to take us out is fucking haunting, man. Saying, quote, "It was just a matter of time before the world came crowding in. The best thing you can do in a moment like that is to stand up and face it, deal with it on your own terms. There might not be a place for me in all this like before, but if I can't stay in Woodbrook, maybe nobody should." What an absolute thriller of an ending. We leave this issue and this sequence of events just like, wow. He found a way to do it again. He found a way to completely shock us all. I don't think many of us saw this version of events coming, and even when Sam slipped up earlier on and let Monica get away, she stayed calm, relied on the other safeguards she had in place, and those nerves of steel that she has spent years and years honing. It was a diabolically wonderful subversion of expectations, and I just love that here we are heading into our series finale with next to no clue about what the hell is going to go down next. Are we going to get Protege Killer and Monica? Like, is this Sam's bitter end? Like, how's it all going to play out? Round 2 from writer and artist Patrick Horvath continues to impress at such a consistently high level. The sequel series has been every good as its original counterpart, and one that has kept us guessing every step of the way. So much so that I head into issue 6 gleefully clueless. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring. It wraps up when issue 6 drops on March 4th, 2026, y'all. Make sure you grab that finale. Grab that trade of volume 1 if you haven't already. I've included links in the description to buy both of those books. But that's it for me this time, gang. I hope you enjoyed this recap of an incredible issue. Let me know in the comments, though. Issue 5, how did it hit you? How are you feeling after this issue, moving into the finale? Do we think Monica's going to make it? Is it still Protege Killer time? What are Sam's plans? So many possibilities, so many questions to ask and get answered. I simply cannot wait. But yeah, let me know down below, gang. Thanks as always for tuning in. Make sure you're subscribed to the Dr. Doom's fan club channel for more great content. I will definitely make a video once we get our finale and we'll recap this whole crazy experience. But
till we meet again on Doomsday.